Hey guys, what's going on? You Rounder here. And yeah, I guess I could put my headphones on again. I think I need to try to speak up a little bit. The last recording came out fine. The volume was okay, but my my inflection and it just sounded very very dry, I thought. So try to have a little more energy today when I do my video, and we'll see how that goes. So we're playing again at like 9:30 a.m. I'm not out driving right now because tonight is like the Halloween party night, and so I have like $40 and $50 an hour guarantees for driving. So hopefully that pans out, and so I should make a few $100s today, just driving around for Lyft. So if nothing else, also if you guys are interested in driving for Lyft, if Lyft is available in your city, just shoot me a note on like my Facebook page or something, and I can hook you up with a nice referral code that'll get you an extra like $500 or something in the first month you drive. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely hit me up and let me know. I do have a driver referral code as well, and we kind of dick this this 3-2 hand up, but that's okay. We'll press on. Yeah, I fired up some tables here, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, this guy's betting pot here. There are, two pairs kind of like that. We have like just the worst possible end of our calling range, so I'm just gonna let this go. I just can't imagine 2-3 being all that great there. Okay, let me. All right, so we got we're bought back in. We got a full buy-in on the left table. Here we go. I did put up a video. It should be uploaded, right? Or actually, it may have gotten messed up. Let me actually check right now because it got interrupted. So I'm not sure if it got uploaded. But I did a video this morning of me making my coffee. It looks like it got messed up. So I will I'll re-upload that before I upload this one. We'll just do them back to back. But I did do a vlog. Auto check fold enabled. Click rejoin hand. Why is that there? I don't want that there anymore. See that weird text down in the bottom? That's pretty annoying. Can I minimize it maybe? Bleh. That is annoying. Hopefully you guys like the format of the last video I did. The last one I did had, well, maybe it was a couple ago, but I actually put the HUD on the recording so that you could see what my stats were. Obviously, zone poker, there is no HUD, so no need for that. 3-betting or calling here is probably fine. I guess we'll just favor 3-betting and go for it. And this guy jams on us. He's got a short stack. It's, blind versus blind. We'll just call. And we are ahead, so that's good. And we hold. Cool. We don't want to be bluffing a lot here. We've got a pretty weak hand, and we're going to have a pretty tough time betting ton here, so I think we can check back, and obviously we can continue on that card. The other option would be betting like $2, betting small, like 25% pot, a third pot, something like that. And he goes ahead and clicks the half pot button. We are going to call. He's got 33 bucks left, and we get there, so that's cool. So unless he has a full house, we're in pretty good shape. And let me raise this blind, and then we'll just go all in. So if he's got if he's got a full house, whoops. He did not. I'll try to see if I can see the last hand. As you guys probably who have been watching my videos know, that's not always the easiest thing to do. Yep, that's not the last hand. Can we go to the next hand? Okay, so he had, trip threes. So no full house, but he did have trip threes. So I guess, that's hard to fold. But there was, there were full house. There was a full house possibly out there, and there was a flush possibly out there. So, shoving all in on the river you got to assume that the person has something. Man, for some reason, when I don't know what did it, but like my subscriber numbers, like I hit 7,000 and I posted it on Facebook, and then I immediately like lost a ton of subscribers. I guess I have to assume it's because I started putting videos up again, and maybe some people like don't play poker anymore, or aren't interested, or I guess maybe don't like the vlogs. I'm not really sure what to think of it, but the my views are up, so that's good at least. But yeah, I hit 7,000 subscribers and then it immediately dropped off. And I've been kind of like just bleeding subscribers since I hit 7K. I guess it could theoretically also be YouTube. Like maybe, like there's some little mechanism that clicks in that gets rid of like dead accounts, right? Like that's a thing. Like dead accounts are a thing. All right. Anyway, yep. This week, so I think 2 videos a day is going to work out pretty well. I think doing like either a vlog or just a study session and a playing session will be pretty easy to do if I can keep the same schedule. I do need to drive a little bit more. I have not been driving as much as I should this week, but that should not affect the videos, because I mean I can easily make those in between driving. Three-handed out of position with overcards. We do have the backdoor flush draw, but this guy pots it. If I was going to bet, I would bet small on this board. No. Would I? Yeah, I mean, it's three-handed. Maybe like half pot there is okay. I'm not sure. That's another thing I should look at in Snowy is bet sizing and how it's affected by multi-way pots, which again is one of the biggest advantages of Snowy is that you can analyze multi-way pots, whereas other GTO software is almost exclusively heads up. I don't know of any other program where you can analyze near very, very good play of multi-way pots. Another frustrating thing is I think I lost a bunch of hands, so I'm not sure that I'm able to get all the hands downloaded and imported into either Poker Tracker or Poker Snowy from Bovada. So I'm still trying to figure that issue out. I have no idea what my win rate is or anything, which I guess it doesn't matter because it's over such a small sample. But I have made a little bit of money. I know that my balance is up. I just don't know, what it looks like in any other terms. Again, we're pretty much, I think, gonna raise 100% in the small blind. I mean, we'll fold the worst hands, the 7-2 offsuit, the 2-3 offsuit, the 7-3 offsuit, maybe even 8-3 offsuit. But everything else, we're pretty much if I open a Flopzilla, which, excuse me, I will do. And also, min raises, we have to call those all. Let me pull this over. And again, min raise with suited cards, you just have to call. The odds are too good, and now we can fold. So if I want to look at cold calling ranges, and I want to look at big blind versus small blind, so this is what Snowy thinks. I haven't updated this for the most recent Snowy patch. I need to go through and do that at some point. And then if you guys are interested, it takes a lot of time to input all those ranges pretty accurately, but I will go through and do that, and I will make those ranges available on my website. I'll put them behind an email sign up or something. I won't, I'm not going to charge any money for them, but I'll just make it so that you have to sign up for my email list, which does not actually send anything out yet. So someday you might start getting emails from my email list, but right now it's just a way to kind of keep track of people who are interested in what I'm doing. And we'll check call on the left table. We've got second pair. He bets out pot, which is pretty awkward, right? But that means that he should be bluffing more often. Now, if he's not bluffing more often, then, he's making it very easy for us to fold second pair, but we really shouldn't assume that yet. And there's a lot of draws out there. I guess we'll just fold, right? I guess it's so frustrating until proven otherwise, which is not it's a non-starter because we'll not, we have no idea if we're ever going to see that guy again, and we won't know that it's him. So we kind of have to default to a default strategy, but not only that, but a default strategy which includes the strategy of the player pool. And again, if you're betting full pot, you need to have a lot of bluffs. And then if you bet full pot on the turn, you still need to have a lot of bluffs, but slightly less. So on the turn when he bets full pot, if he has a value hand, he's making less of a mistake there than, always betting his value hands on the flop. And so I think on the turn, if he's making a mistake by betting full pot, it's a smaller one than on the flop, if that makes any sense. I would have to probably put some visuals up to demonstrate that and fully explain what I mean. But the point is that for somebody to be making a mistake by bluffing full pot, they need to be bluffing a ton. And so for us to call down, we need to be pretty sure that we're playing against someone who really understands what they're doing. Otherwise, if we went into a good database of 25 no-limit zone poker, we would likely find that when people are betting full pot, they are overvalued, right? They have more value hands than is optimal. That would be my guess, and it's something we could actually look into in the future and confirm once we get a decent sample size at these various stakes of zone poker. That is one nice thing about zone poker is you can really analyze the entire player pool, which is what you need to do, and it's a little harder to do in regular tables. Which you can use a HUD on regular tables, but to develop your overall strategy for a certain limit or a certain game, it takes a little bit more time on regular tables than with zone poker. So anyway, what Snowy thinks approximately, this is the proper defending range against the small blinds open. So you're just defending everything, right? And then if people aren't defending everything, right? As soon as somebody's not defending 8-2 suited or 9-2 suited, as soon as they're, what am I doing here? I'm sitting out. I'm back. As soon as they're not defending some of the weakest hands, 6-5 offsuit, right? 5-4 offsuit, then we should be exploiting them by raising even more often. Now, to give you an idea of the opening range for the small blind, this is, again, the thing to remember is if your opponent is calling as wide as 7-2, 8-2 or whatever, then you open this range, right, which is everything. However, if you think they're folding some of their worst hands, then you actually profit by opening even wider. So again, very close to 90% opening range in the small blind could very well be correct. Especially in small stakes games where people don't understand what the correct defending frequencies are. That's actually pretty valuable information, which I don't really love giving out, but that's, I'm not going to, keep secrets from you guys in the videos or anything. But that's a lot of money right there can be made. A lot of money can be made just from stealing blinds, especially in zone poker where you get a lot of hands per hour. And again, just the mentality of zone poker, I believe, is going to be players often folding more, right? You can see it just in the table stats, right? This is 25% players per flop. Normally the games I play in are like exclusively 30%, 35, 40% players per flop. Yeah, percentage, right? So this is a much tighter game than a regular game would be. And that's important to keep in mind. Oh, what the heck? I was just literally like looked down on my phone for 1 second to read. I'm trying to get into the National Guard, and I'm talking to my buddy who is a Navy reservist who works with some people there. So he just sent me a little update note on it, and so I was just looking down for 1 second at it. Ooh, that's a pretty good hand. So what do we do here? It's a pretty like dry board. I get it. There's 2 clubs, but I mean, we're out of position. We can check, right? We can check here out of position. That's no problem. And I don't really see any value in raising here. Not the best card, but we're not folding ever. We still got outs. And let's bet like 11. I think that's... I mean, what do we expect him to call with? A 10? Is he going to call with a 10 if we bet 11? Is he going to like bluff rate? Like, I don't really know. Maybe checking is best here, right? Because like he's like mostly bluffs. And so like, you know, we think he only believes he can win by bluffing in that spot, right? Pot. Jacks is probably a call. Sorry, I was trying to respond to something he was saying. Obviously now we're calling. Ew, we're behind, but that's okay. We've faced worse odds than this. What's that? Yeah, we'll call. And I think we want to keep betting because if he's on a flush draw, we don't want him checking behind. So, and like he's gonna call with top pair usually, so we'll just bet big here with the queens on the left side. Did I just sit out here? And you know, if we're beat, we're beat. We don't fold over pairs. That's just not really our style. Now, you know, do we like jam on this king or do we check call? If he's got a draw, he may try to like bluff. If he's got a jack though, you know, what do we think his range is mostly made up of? Draws or jacks? Oh, rejoin. I guess we're checking. Oh, so he's got a jack there. I think maybe if he has a draw, he jams. And I think that we... Oh, it's limp here. Sorry. All right, I just told him that I'd talk to him about this in a few minutes. All right, so we got an open-ended straight on the left. I apologize. We'll go for about another 5 or 10 minutes on this, and then I'll try to sort out my my life issues. So we're in a terrible position here, and therefore I don't want to be putting a ton more money into the pot. That is a good card, though, so we're going to be going for a check raise here because we have the nuts. Oh, really? Now we don't have the nuts. That's kind of brutal. I guess we'll just bet pot. Okay. I guess they didn't have much. Okay, we will focus in here. Oh, a lot of coffee to go through. Excuse me. I mean, so far these zone sessions have been pretty solid. I'm sure if we looked at it, we're running a little bit good or something. Oh, ow, what the hell was that? What the hell? Felt like a little electrical charge just hit my ear. That was weird. I have no idea what that was. It was like a little ping on okay. So I think that oh, I forgot about the fold now button. Oh man, I hope that hasn't been happening too often. It's probably real frustrating. I'm just going back and forth between zone poker. You don't think about it. You always just wait for the action on your hand. So you don't always do that. Oh wow, yeah, the fold now thing's pretty key for getting lots of hands. Sorry about that. Sorry, apologize. But I mean, when we're in the small blind and stuff, we're raising so often that we're not going to fold until it's time, and we're definitely checking back. Ace 3 is a very, very weak, so I don't think we want to be betting. And now that there's some draws out there and stuff, we do want to bet, but pretty small, maybe $2. Try to get he's got hands with some equity probably at this point, some gut shots, get some value from those. He goes for the check raise, which we're not going to fold to. We've got top pair in a 3-bet pot. So if he goes hand, yeah, I mean, we're probably in okay. So he had 2 pair. It's interesting that he didn't bet the river. I mean, I would have thought he would have bet the river, but that's okay. King Jack. I mean, yeah, we can fold King Jack. That's fine. So that was a pretty big pot that we lost. That was an $18 pot. So now we need to. It's one of the first times we've reloaded since we started the video. One of the keys for if you are playing 25 no limit, you have to enjoy. You just have to enjoy playing, and you have to enjoy just seeing your account move up and not worry about how much it moves up. Because you can be a pretty good crusher and it still may only move up, $12 or $15 a day. even if you're, even if you're winning, even if you're playing well, if you're not playing like tons of hours, then, there's not that much money to win at this stake. So that's one thing that gets me is like I've been playing, a couple hours a day for a week and my account's only up, $30 or $40, but that's still, my account's up. Like that's always good. So I mean, if anybody out there is like me and gets frustrated sometimes when they're like, oh man, I've been playing for, I put in 10 hours this week. I'm only up $30. I'm making $3 an hour. It is what it is. The rake is real. The rake is real. And if you don't play distracted and you click fold faster when you know you're going to fold, then you get more hands per hour and you can increase that a little bit. So here we're going to have plenty of made hands, and we've got a backdoor draw. So I think we can bet small on the paired board because our opponent just doesn't have that much, right? He just doesn't have that many made hands on this board. And so betting small is fine. It'll force him to call wider when we do have a hand, and we'll, often have a hand. Now here we kind of want to do the opposite. We want to bet big because we're going to have a lot of draws. We're going to have a lot of good value hands, like a lot of aces. And we want to kind of put pressure on the middle and bottom of his range as that hand goes on, I think. So hopefully I'm able to at least, maybe later today or tomorrow. Like I said, I am going to be driving a lot today, but hopefully we can get some of the hands that I've played uploaded into Poker Snowy so I can start doing some review sessions. I'd like to start the day by doing a review session as the first video, and then do the second video as a live play, and then every few days or whenever I feel like it, do a vlog or a little life update video to do those sort of as needed and whenever. But I'd like to get a review video and a play video uploaded every day. 5 days a week, like Monday through Friday. Not necessarily on the weekends, just because if I have Teddy on the weekends, then it's not going to happen. We got a king of diamonds, so I guess, that's enough to call 25 cents. And since it's like a limp pot, I mean, it's really, there's no uncapped range, right? It's a limp pot, so there's no uncapped range. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and bet out. This is a weird thing that you don't see ever happen normally, because normally there's like one player has an uncapped range, one player has a capped range, but like when everybody limps, there's like really no uncapped ranges for the most part, as far as I know. And so it creates this weird dynamic where all of a sudden leading isn't really leading because it's not the typical dynamic that you have. Let's see here. Let's bet like $1.25 here and see if this guy will just jam on us with like overcards. Nope. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and sit out next big blind and then put these videos together and get them uploaded today so that we've got some content up for the day. Again, guys, I really do want to hear feedback, so please leave comments. Please hit the thumbs up button if you like the videos. Let me know what I can do to talk about the hands to be more clear. And if you have questions about any of the hands I played, feel free to ask. And that way, what I'll do is when I do review a session, I will look at the video of that session, right? I'll make sure that I look at the comments, and if there's a specific comment about a specific hand, I'll make sure I hit that hand in the review video. So if you ask a comment about the hand, I may not necessarily I probably will comment on it in the actual video comments, but also you might get a study session type explanation of that hand, and I'll look at what Poker Snowy said, or maybe what we can do in PO Solver to try and get a solution or something like that. So definitely feel free to ask questions if there was a hand that either I glossed over quickly or I explained and you just don't agree with the explanation or have a different opinion. Let me know about that. I'm very open to constructive criticism, so don't shy away from that. But I think we did have a winning session, probably up $20 or so, maybe 20 or 25, possibly. I did have to click buy more chips a couple times, so it may be $20 up. I guess that's a conservative estimate. We'll see. It might be a little bit more than that. I know that when we got back on, when I deposited like 1,000, and let's see what we have here. And now, well, I had so I think we're up like $100 since I started playing earlier this week, but I think we can go to account, and let me see here. Make sure there's no personal info here. And pull this over. And today, win-loss. So it looks like, I don't like how they have the dash here, but it looks like on that one table I was down 84 cents. So that's like the tack that is on both. And then here it's $ minus 84 cents. On the other one, I was up 32.67, so up about $30. So not bad for 32 minutes of play. Obviously, I don't think I make $1 a minute usually, so that was a good session. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll probably see you tomorrow because I don't have TED this weekend, so I'll probably put out a couple of videos this weekend just for fun. And let me know what you guys think of this one. Until next time, this is YouRounder. You guys keep on grinding.